Hi, I'm Tina Grady-Barbaccia with Federal Roads Aggregates Manager and Equipment World Magazine's here at Bobcat with Tom Connor. He is a product equipment specialist for excavators at Bobcat. He's going to talk with us a little bit about the new E26 compact excavator, brand spanking new, just off from Europe. Tom, can you tell us a little bit about this and some of the features and the impact it might have on the market?
Sure, Tina. Just a quick, the E26 is a replacement product for what we've had in the market as a 325, 425. So it fits in that 2 to 3 ton class size. A very popular machine for starters in the rental industry, but also, in the utility business, government sales, that type of environment, and the owner-operator too. It's a very, productive machine, as far as pound for pound. It's a compact machine and yet still very efficient machine.
Well, why don't you give me some of the specs that we talked about earlier, maybe walk around the machine and point out some of the features.
Spec-wise, the machine will come in, as far as, it's available for starters in 2 configurations, standard arm and a long arm. Standard arm will give you 8 foot 6 inches of dig depth, whereas the long arm will provide 9 foot 6 inches of dig depth. The machine is equipped standard with a 27 horse engine, 4-cylinder, and the key there is that it's plenty of horsepower to supply the cycle times and the forces and such that we expect out of a machine. And then also, the machine that you can see behind me here is equipped with the optional cab, heat, and air conditioning. Okay. We also planned into the horsepower requirements the needs for the air conditioning system. So, very, from an upgrade standpoint, a very large, spacious cab, easy entry/exit, even for the bigger operators, which becomes hard to find in machines that when you get down into this size, typically. We're actually sharing the same cab or operator station that we would on the 3 tons, the 4 tons, and the 5 tons. So have to credit our engineering crew on figuring out how to do that. So the E26 is brand new from the ground up. I mean, a completely redesigned undercarriage from the prior generation, an entirely new work group, from the arm and boom standpoint, and then also the upper structure itself.
Now this is a zero tail or a minimal tail swing.
E26 in its base configuration would be a minimal tail swing with literally 8/10 of an inch of tail overhang. And then as you move it up to a long arm, that grows to approximately 3 inches of tail swing. So definitely in that minimal tail swing category.
Let's take a look at the cab real quick, because I know one of the major things about this machine is that it's got fingertip controls, eliminating the floor pedal, which gives more space in the cab. So maybe you can point out some of these
If you
features.
look at the floor of the cab now, you're down to 2 pedals, basically your drive pedals, and they fold for the operator that isn't using them at the moment. So the intention here is to free up floor space for the folks with the bigger boots. You mentioned the boom swing. Boom swing historically has been a foot pedal in an excavator, and we have now moved that boom swing to a thumb switch on the left-hand joystick. Okay. All of the functions on the E26 are pilot controlled, meaning anytime that this console is raised, the functions are cut off, and nothing will move on the excavator until this console is in the lowered position. Okay. Again, this machine we're looking at is equipped with the optional air conditioning, and that's what you see in the HVAC system on the right side of the cab with your controls for fan speed, temperature, and then your recycling button.
Now, from my understanding, that's brand new and not readily available in this type of machine.
Right. The air conditioning has migrated down into the 3 tons, but actually we're going to bring it down into the 2 to 3 ton now. Okay, and it's the result of, I guess, listening to customers and what they want to see in the machines. The air conditioning in the warmer climates keeps the operator more comfortable, and we've heard time and time again that a more comfortable operator is a happier operator, and I think most would equate a happy operator with a more productive operator, and shows up willingly for the job day after day because he knows he's got a nice environment to work in. Auxiliary controls, like our larger machines, controlled by a paddle switch on the right joystick, and then you have the ability to activate what we call a detent or continuous flow with a trigger switch on the front of that joystick. Okay?
Well, excellent, Tom. Is there any other things that you'd like to point out to the viewers of this video about the machine?
I think two other things that I just want to point out. One is, I mentioned the engine, the horsepower and such, but the thing I want to point out is the engine also has what we call auto idle. So what auto idle does is, for starters, it eliminates a lever controlling the engine speed, and now you control the engine speed with a convenient knob, rotary knob on the dashboard. The auto idle feature reduces fuel consumption, job site noise, and the way it works is if the operator stops working for 4 seconds, the engine speed drops to idle, and then the moment that he activates any of the machine's functions, that idle or that throttle speed ramps back up to wherever he had it set prior. The other item is auto shift drive. The E26 has auto shift drive, which, as the term implies, shifts automatically for the operator. When I say that, I mean it'll shift from high range to low range when the load increases, as when you're turning a corner or as you really doze into a high amount of pushing force. The system senses that, shifts to low range, and as soon as it senses that that load is declined as you come out of a corner or as the dirt pile decreases, it automatically shifts back up to high range and relatively seamless. So it really enhances the productivity of the machine, whether it's moving it, repositioning it, or in that backfilling mode.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Tom. You said this will be probably in production in around July, August?
We're looking to see the E26 hit the streets in that July, August time frame.
Well, thank you so much. This was Tom Connor with Bobcat talking about the brand new E26. And I'm Tina Grady Barbacha, reporting from ConExpo ConAg 2011 in Las Vegas, Nevada.